Hi.
Oh, look at my beautiful friend.
How are y'all?
Girl, how are you?
Hot.
I did my makeup. I did my makeup actually. And then anyway.
Just get your eyes up on their camera. Let's see them. Come on. Yes, friend. Yes.
God, that's
yes.
gorgeous.
On point. On point.
Every time.
Every time. Never misses. Bam.
Sorry, I'm eating Cheez-Its. What's y'all's snack? What's y'all's like what do you snack on?
I'm a Diet Coke.
Oh. Mine would be chips and cheese, where you melt the cheese on the chips.
Oh, so nachos.
Yeah.
Girl, your artwork. I am loving this artwork.
That's
So,
sweet, baby.
She's working on the Not Safe for Work now so that they're ready for time for like because I have so many events coming up, and so she's gonna have them in ready for time for all of the signing events coming up, and I'm so excited.
Girl.
I'm so excited.
They are so good.
I just want to see Raven getting railed. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, we all do. Let's be real.
Like, I just really just want her to just like get
How long have we gone without actually having seen this? I mean, we both, here we go. We need to see some action.
I agree.
Other than up here.
Yes. Especially,
we've all thought about it.
Compare and contrast. Like, you compare what you, like, if you listened or if you read it, and then when you see the actual artwork, you're like, oh, that kind of matched. You're like, oh, that's a lot different.
I was on the phone with my cover artist the other day. We were like spitballing ideas to each other for a book that I have coming up this fall. But then I was like, you know what? I really need character art for up 2 that I really want. And so let me just throw it out there and you tell me well or not. And she's like, okay. And I said, so I don't know if you guys have read Scream yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first and foremost, the gym scene between Parker and Sabrina.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That has to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, but I was just like, but what if it's Parker's point of view? So essentially we're going to see like the side of his head and his shoulder. And then we're going to see like the reflection. So yeah, so it's more of like a, and then second is Maxim's point of view, where it's like the top of his head, and then when they're in the manor and like Sabrina's, but then Parker's behind her.
Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Girl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing my Heated Rivalry shirt, so I'm going to give you a girl.
It's gonna be so good. I'm so excited.
Yeah. I'm going to need that one ASAP.
No, me too. I'm like, can you charge me for it already? Because I want it now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Gimme.
Do we need to do a GoFundMe? Let's go. Let's get this going. What are we going to do? So, what have you been working on lately, Miss Ruby?
Me?
Yeah.
So I am working on finishing up Snap, and I'm also working on 2 other books. One is a dark time period romance.
Days in Love.
Yeah. And then the other one, that one's set in the 1950s, so late 1950s. Yeah, and then the other one is a workplace romance, and that one is a brother's best friend. So age gap.
So, okay, what colors are these? Because I've heard about green before and gray. So, are these green and gray?
No, this is green, and then we have teal, and teal is coming up after green. So, yeah.
Hey, Luna.
Hi, Luna.
Okay, so we're working on green. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So I love that. I love that you do that whole color thing because that's how I keep track.
Yeah, I have to. Otherwise, I will lose all train of thought, and I'm be like, "What are we talking about?" So yeah, or I'll give away all the secrets, and I'm like, "None of this is public information. None of this is public knowledge." It's
right.
This is
you
all
have to. Yeah, you have to keep it. You have to have some sort of code because I mean, you're constantly talking about stuff, and on lives, and it's.
I have word vomit. I have the worst word vomit. Projectile all over the place.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to reset your own brain to like, okay, I'm talking about green, green, green. And then like, if you say it enough, then you won't say the real thing out loud.
Exactly. So yeah, I had to like constantly, Mia's actually constantly like yelling at me. People don't understand how mean she really is to me. But you know, no, I'm kidding. I love
I mean,
that
isn't
woman.
that a PA's job? Isn't she supposed to be a little mean to you?
At least a little. She's and people are always like, look, see the little face.
Mia, did
That's
I
what you
get
get
it
for
to
being in the
work?
basement. Now she's going to talk about you. She's going to talk shit about you because you're
Yeah.
in the basement.
She chose this life, so you know.
She chose
No, but my team behind me is completely 110% just like, oh, you know, they'll stop me when I start talking a little bit too much, and I'm like, it's fine. It is not fine. It is not fine, you guys. So yeah,
No, she's the best. She's
thank
amazing.
you.
She is watching your back constantly.
100. My entire team is. So Sarah, Cindy, Layla, Mia, they all got my back every time, and it has been such a pleasure working for them. And I honestly don't know where I would be without them. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so cool. I love that you have good people though that you can count on, because that really does, it helps just the whole process, because you can focus on what you need to focus on, and you know people have your back and you're not constantly worried about what's going on, you know. So that's good.
Yeah, that's been all of like the non-writing tasks that, you know, can be delegated and stuff like that has been you know, because when you're an indie author, and Dan, I'm pretty sure that you can agree with this, is that, you know, like at first you're doing it all yourself. You're doing it all yourself. You're marketing yourself. You're, you know, and then it sucks because it feels like you're begging people to like listen to you, to read you, to just take a look at your book, right? And so at first it feels like begging, but then you get kind of a little bit better at it. But then nobody tells you like how hard it really is to have to do all of these things by yourself. You know, you have to plan out your year. You have to plan out your own releases. You have to, getting an editor in advance, because editors go by fast.
Yeah.
They
And
get
they're booked up.
and then-
They get busy. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's,
And then you go and start planning book events like a crazy person.
you know, so that happened because a book event got canceled on me, and I had already sent in my money, and I was like, and I didn't even find out through, that I found out through Ariel Anderson, and I was like, what? And I was like, you too? Yeah, actually, I was just like, what? And so I messaged her, and I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, I didn't even find out through them. I found out through Threads.
So this was in Salem. There was a book event that was going to be there. No,
there was a book event that was going to be in Virginia.
Oh, in Virginia.
And it was
I know which one you're
huge.
talking. I know. Okay, yeah, I remember hearing about this. Okay,
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I was like, okay, but what if I keep the date? What if I make it mine? What if I turn this bad thing into something good?
Oh, I love that.
and that's what
And
they're
then-
doing that for another one in Dallas in a couple of weeks that got pulled out from under everybody.
That was so sad. Yeah, I know. I'm like, I really hope that like people don't see Texans like that, because I really hope that they see the community part of Texas and not what these one or two people did to the book community, right? Like, I really pray that people see like the community actually coming together for all of these authors, that, you know, because that stuff like that should never happen, which is why Addie to me is so, so, so important, because it's author run, author owned. And was I kind of hinting at it? Yes, but I did not fully want to say anything until I had the venue locked and secured. And like, I flew all the way to Boston, and I was like, I think I had appointments with like 5 different places. The first place I went to didn't even have ADA access. So I didn't even look. I didn't go. I loved this. I loved it. Right. I loved it. But through the pictures, but I did not step foot into it because there was only stairs. There was no, I'm like, is there ADA access through the back? They're like, no. And I said, no.
Bye.
You don't have to show it to me. Yeah. We're good. You don't, that's not, right. Like I want my events to be all inclusive. And, you know, my whole thing is like no animosity, no controversy, no cancel culture.
Yes.
So yeah. And, that's why Addie is just like so important to me, because these things keep happening, and and it sucks, like, yeah, I understand it. There's always going to be that risk that you're going to end up having to pay the back end of whatever people don't put in. But for me, because these things have already been paid for, the money that you do put into it. So when you purchase your tickets, when you purchase drinks at this place, when you purchase, you know what I mean? All of that is going to go towards, hopefully, fingers crossed, something in 2027, right? And then hopefully beyond that in the future. And so all the money that's going into it is going back into another one. So it's not, that's.
And I think as an author, you putting it on is really going to be, it's going to be the difference. Like I know authors are busy, but you guys know what you need. You know what you want to see in these events. You know what we want to see because you've been around us in other events. And so I think it's going to be awesome. I wish I could go, but I think it's going to be awesome.
I really hope that it is good because I've never planned my own, I've never planned my own event before. Like, I haven't planned a wedding. Like, my ex-husband and I, we got married at Just as a Piece, and then he went and, I was in a little, like, $24 Ross dress, and then he went to work right after. Yeah. That was it. That was, our honeymoon was, like, we had a beer on the front porch. That was it. Like, so.
We went to Dallas on our honeymoon, so trust me, I get it. But that was almost 25 years ago, so, yeah.
Shut up. How old are you?
We don't talk about that. Right? We don't talk about that.
She's a vampire. She's gorgeous.
Shut.
I'll tell you later.
I'm offline, bro. That.
What? Oh, are you showing Mel your eyeliner?
No, I'm trying to see.
You trying to see me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's looking at you, boo.
Yeah.
Mel wants to know how you do. Mel says we need a tutorial on eyeliner, so let's do that. Let's have a live and we'll do eyeliner tutorials.
Yes. I'll do it right. I'll take off my eye makeup right now and I'll show y'all. It's just a dupe, and then you connect it and then swoop, and then that's it. But then again, I've been doing my eyeliner since I was 13, so this is nothing to me. I've gotten crazy about it before. I used to do bat wings. I don't know if you guys know what those are.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I used to do the little bat wings and all that.
I can't do any of that. I can't do that. I want one of those stamp things, they have on TikTok where you just like stamp your eye. I think that's what I need. That's for me. That's all I can do.
I want one of those, but like the ones for your bottom lashes. Have you seen those?
No.
Yeah, so it's like, it essentially like makes them like look longer, but it's a stamp. And it just goes like down here, and it makes them. It gives that what's her name? She used to be a really famous supermodel in the 70s. Twiggy.
Oh yeah. She had like the really big eye makeup.
Yeah, her.
Yeah,
so
for
that's
sure.
Like it gives that Twiggy look, and so I want that.
That's funny. All right, well, I guess we should talk about books, huh?
Yeah. It's kind of what I do.
It's like a sleepover. I love it.
I mean, we could just sit here and yap all day. So we probably shouldn't do that. Okay, so we have 8, almost 9 books out. Correct? Snap will be out in March, April.
No, always comes out on audio March 3rd.
That's right.
And then Snap. Because I did get sick and that pushed me back a week, will be coming out in May.
Okay, May. And then and then audio, will audio be at the same time or will it be later?
Unfortunately,
that's right.
Amy and Joe's like their schedule is full up, and they'll be recording. It's just that it won't be out until December.
Yeah.
So
that's okay. That'll give people. I mean, obviously it's great when you can do both, but I think it's really cool to have a that audio later because you do kind of get to go back and it's like doing a reread, and then they kind of pick up on those things that you didn't pick up the first time. So I like doing audio, later too.
Oh, and there's Easter eggs all over Snap. I just hope you guys love it. Like
of course,
yeah,
we know we will.
Of course, we're gonna love it. Of course, I mean, we're not gonna go there. I love everything you do. So you have, in fact, I'll tell you a secret. I've got a collab post coming out, and we did loyalty cards for authors, and you were my loyalty card. So
Oh,
you'll see in a couple of days.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so I came late to the party, but I'm here now, so I'm not going anywhere. You're stuck with me. So you got 2 books going that you're working on right now. Is that it? You just 2 irons in the fire right now, or you got other stuff?
No, I got, I think, 5 or 6 books coming for 2027. And I've already paid it. I paid my editor through 2029.
oh my God, that's amazing.
I'm not surprised. Not in the least.
Yeah. And my cover
I'm
artist
so
too.
excited.
I got him retained. I got him down. It'll be, yeah.
You're gonna keep me flush in books. I love it. I love it. So
You're gonna
Keep
need a
us
whole Ruby
fed.
shelf.
where do all these wonderful book ideas come from? I mean, like where does this brain, where did it originate?
Sometimes, sometimes I'll be talking to my A team and we'll be goofing around and they'll say one word and I'll be like, and
Mhm.
as soon as like my face goes completely blank and they see my eyes kind of like zooming across like back, back and forth, they're like, oh, what's that? And so, I can just like spitball it. Sometimes, so I'm a huge history nerd. I love, 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 love history. And, so sometimes something will pop up and I'm like, and people don't know this about me, but I used to have a podcast. And so I used to call it the podcast of chaos, right? Because you really didn't know what you were going to do. Were you going to get relationship advice? Were you going to get dark history? Were you going to get
Me, D.
And so
But we should rename our show to that, D.
yeah. And so like it was just what's it called? Like I would go into these deep, deep dives. So I don't Deanna, I'm pretty sure you can Emma, I really hope that you can agree here, but like when you go into these deep dives, it's like it's all consuming. And so but you're like no, right? Like you like have to know more. Especially because as an author, you want to get it right. And it's just very important. And so I have ADD and I totally forgot where I was going with this. What was the question?
So where do all your ideas come from? And then
That.
Yeah.
I'll read
I
something
love you
and then
so
I'll deep
damn
dive
much.
into it. I'm sorry. And then it'll like come up and I'm just like, all right. Hey. And then that'll go like I have a bookshelf here and this is all for the book that I have coming out. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books that I got just for this book alone that I've been.
I'm moving in.
Babe, I'm practically a library here. They talk about my shelves back there, and I'm like, I don't even know.
That's only what you can see.
Yeah, I bought a book with drawers because I don't have room for a dresser, right?
I got that one back there.
Fuck it. I'll roll that up a hamper. I don't care. I got books. I sleep on books, babe. And that's the thing too. Like, I don't even care about my own books, right? Like, give me a Speak and a Stutter and I'll throw it against the wall. But everyone else's books, I'm like, these are precious.
They're like your little babies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Don't. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll be like, don't look at them. Don't touch. These are mine. Like my kids know. Don't touch my books. So.
I mean, you see. Yeah. So I get it. So when did you write your first book? How long ago was it?
I wrote, and I'm actually going back through it. I wrote my first book in, when I was 27, so right before COVID hit. So I'm 27 plus COVID years. Because I feel like those other years like didn't happen. Like I don't know if anybody else feels like that. Like I'm like
I get it. Yeah.
I have gray hair now, but I don't
Where'd it come from?
remember exactly. Like
It came from COVID. Period.
there's no way that those years actually happened. Like I feel like we went through this time warp. Anyway. So I was 27 and I was 26 turning 27 and I went to my doctor and I said, hey, so I've been having this bump in my back it hurts a lot. Like it gets inflamed, and I'm like, and then like it just hurts, and I'm like, and I can feel it. And so he's like, let me see. And it was the first, I have been having this pain for a very long time. And he's like, well, how long have you had it? And I'm like, 8 years. And he just looks at me and goes, what? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, but today it's inflamed and you can finally touch it, you know? And I'm like, that's why I'm bringing it up. And he just looks at me like, that's concerning. But it causes my back to lock up. I know. It causes...
What? D, the nurse in D is like going crazy right now.
She's like, what's wrong with you? Yeah. So, unfortunately, so I made my, he's like, Ruby, I think that's a tumor.
What?
And I'm like,
Okay, what happened?
yeah. And she's like, what? Yeah, I'm just, and he goes, I'm gonna make you an appointment with a sonographer. And he's like, I need you to get this checked out immediately. So I was like, okay. So, you know, a couple of weeks pass, but that's the thing too, is like you hear tumor, and at 26, 27, you know, like I had a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old and a 2-year-old at the time. And so my brain, I had just gotten separated, you know, and my brain was like, how, this can't be it for me, right? Like I have kids, like that can't, you know, so I was spiraling until I had this appointment with a sonographer. And so I started writing, and then I started writing more. And then I go to the sonographer, and they're, you know, doing their thing. And she's like, oh, what do you mean? Oh, what is
What is O?
what does that
I don't
mean?
do that.
And she's
Just
like,
so y'all know, I don't do that.
and she had the audacity to say, I'm not a doctor, I can't tell you.
Then you shouldn't have said, oh.
You shouldn't have said nothing.
Then you should have kept your mouth
Karen?
shut.
She said, I'm gonna get you an appointment for an MRI.
Girl.
Rude.
It went from this may be a tumor to
oh.
MRI.
Just oh.
So
And
so
Lord knows you waited for that MRI too.
well, here's what happened. Then my doctor got COVID. So the MRI person that was she got COVID. And then so she had to push all of her appointments back 6 weeks, because that was at the point where like you had a quarantine for those 40 days and da-da-da-da. So pushed back 6 weeks. So imagine me, I'm like drinking and writing and like, you know, I'm working nights at the hospital and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And, you know, and then so finally, you know, it's 6 weeks later and I get my MRI done, and, you know, but I was writing so much. I think I wrote like 20 chapters, and,
just to keep your mind off of it.
Fortunately, it was benign. It is a tumor. It's still in my back. It is benign. But, you know, and I still need to make an appointment to get it out, so that it's a lipoma. So it's like and I didn't know it could do this, but essentially your fat cells can clump together, and it forms a tumor, right? And then and what happens is it embeds itself into your muscle.
Mm-hmm.
And so if your muscle gets inflamed, your tumor stays here. Well, your muscle is trying to get over it, right? So it's inflaming around it. And that's what was causing that horrible back pain, where I like could barely stand, could barely lay down. I was in fetal position half the time, when it was flared up. So, anyway, so, you know, the thing that happened with Reaper that's what I ended up calling it. It's about, the book is called Reaper. And so which is so funny because Joe came out with a book called Grimm, and my book is called Reaper. And there's some similarities, and I'm like, I have to change the entire fucking thing now. But yeah, so I've been going through it to, like, you know, because Queen of Wrath and Vengeance, that was actually a debut to that book.
Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, but I let the wrong person read Reaper, and he essentially said, you know, the spice is ruining the story. You really don't need it in there. You know,
Leave
like,
it
I
to
get
a
it,
man.
but what's yeah. And so I let the wrong person take a peek into my soul, and I tell everyone, like, don't do that. Do not let the wrong person look inside your soul when you're starting in this journey, because they'll tell you everything but what you want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people don't want you to rise. A lot of people don't want you to what's it called? They want to say that they're there for you, but they don't. And this journey is a lonely journey. Yes, you make friends along the way that understand this life, but the people in the before, they don't understand it, or they think, oh, you work from home, you're available. I'm not available. I'm working.
Yeah.
Just, and the thing is like they don't understand it until they see it with their own eyes, like what you actually do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's
But what's their
obviously
name and what's
something.
their address?
It was an online I think they're Canadian. It's very mean Canadian. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it's only 2 hours from me. I'm so far up north. Just saying. Sorry.
He unfortunately is not kidding. She will go.
No, yeah. She's a nurse. She knows how to make it look like an accident.
Girl.
I plead the fifth.
Okay, so you work on a lot of different things at once, obviously, so you don't just focus on one thing. So how do you keep everything straight? How do you keep all of it flowing in your head and you don't, get mixed up with where you're
because
at?
I have designated I have designated pink days, I have designated green days, I have designated teal days. And then sometimes, if one gets a little too heavy, I'll jump into another one, like where I need a little bit more fluff, or I need something, more romantic to happen, because one of them just kind of killed me, and I'm like, I need to get out of that headspace and into this. So that's kind of what's helped a lot during this process, is just being able to, shift from those dynamics or in that headspace into another space. Yeah.
Yeah, you got a lot of tabs open all the time, girl. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah. I don't know where the music's coming from. You've never heard of that? I have 99 tabs open and I don't know where the music's coming from.
No, but it
all I
made
can
me
think of when you say that is Raven. I'm like, oh shit, are you gonna go kill
I
somebody?
talk about Raven and the music.
No.
I'm like, is this a new lullaby? What's happening?
Oh my god. I didn't even think of that. I love that. I love that.
That's exactly where my brain went immediately.
Wow. I am her and she is me. No, I'm kidding.
I loved it. Weewo
yeah.
says, you used my line, yeah, it's stuck.
Yeah. That's my Layla.
Yeah.
She's on my 18. Yeah, we were having this conversation. And sometimes she has these incredible just epiphanies, right? And so we stare at her and we're like, can we live in your brain for just 20 seconds, bro? Because what was that? Yeah, she's amazing. If you guys don't follow Layla,
Oh, I do.
incredible. She's an up and coming too.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
I love that. I love that so many people in this space are, carving out their own place to be authors and live out what they want to do. And it's such a cool thing about this. It's so collaborative. Everyone's helping each other. Everyone's helping each other get their dreams and go do what they want to do. And it's such a neat space for that.
Absolutely. There is so much room at the top. I don't believe in gatekeeping. I don't believe in my table is big enough for one that wants to join, right? There's enough food, grab a chair.
Yeah, for sure. It's true though. It really is true. And seriously, it really is. It's not a competition. We're all a team. We're on a team. I mean, everybody building each other up is only going to help everyone,
Exactly.
The negativity has no place. So I was in one of your lives one time when you were doing some research for a book. So I know a little bit about I know when you research, you were doing I think it was fashion models, some fashion stuff when I was in there one time, and you were talking about reading, looking up certain fashion from different periods and things like that. And
yes. And then I got annoyed because I'm like, what? So I went ahead and I went to Barnes and Noble's. Well, first I called and I was like, hey, there's this book that I'm looking for. I just want to make sure that you guys have it. If not, I can go to the other one. I was prepared to go, from 30 miles to 60 miles away. Like, I was prepared to go get this book. They said, yeah, we have it. And I'm like, please hold it for me. I said, I won't be able to get there until later after my kids get home, but please hold it for me. So they did. And I got there and I purchased it. It was $60. But it was worth it because it's like in the eras, so like different eras. So from like Antoinette all the way to now, right? And so yeah, I have like all my sticky tabs are on there, like when I need to reference something, instead of just going into the internet. And that's what I tell people all the time, like, yeah, you can use the internet for research, but there's nothing like actually sitting down with an expert and reading exactly everything, right?
Yeah.
That they know. And so and that's what it feels like, is that I'm here and I'm having this conversation with an expert and they're telling me everything that they know.
Yeah.
And so to me, like, that's way better than just, like, yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
What petticoats were actually used for and all of this and that. And so I'm the encyclopedia of like useless information. So.
But you retain information like.
You use it.
Yeah, you retain information like crazy though.
Jeopardy.
But sometimes I retain information, but I'm like, you know what? I wish I could get rid of like the piano lessons I got when I was 4 so that I can make room for more stuff, right? And because I'm like, unless someone puts a gun in my head and they're like, play hot cross buns right now. Like, I can't. What am I going to play hot cross buns for? Please, someone tell me. Unless someone, and they're like, that's favorite song, play it or your bloods are going to be your viscera. That's not going to happen.
Is hot cross buns your lullaby?
Is
that what you hear?
I am picturing like a kid piano too, where it's like the little
Ruby just goes into a rage and all of a sudden hot cross buns.
I gotta do it. I gotta find it. I gotta pull it up now.
No, it'll be like, that da-da-na-na. They're like flipping in front of an organ, and they're just like, there's like thick dry ice coming out, all that fog, and then hot cross buns, and they play it like this.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Yep, that's it. Hot cross buns is going to be the next review I do for Ruby. The song will be hot cross buns. That's going to happen.
No. You know what though? That fits for like Damon and Joseph. I mean Damon and James and oh my god, Jonas.
We're gonna tell Jonas.
No, how dare you? How dare you?
They cross buns. They do cross buns.
That's my man. How dare you forget his name? How dare you?
Sweet meathead angel baby Jojo.
Ugh, my baby. My little baby. Okay, so I always say this every time I talk about you. I love the way that you play with time and perspective in your books. Like, not very many people can do it as flawlessly as you do. You never go, wait a minute, where am I? Or who's talking? Or what time is, like, you do it flawlessly. And so, first of all, how did that become such a big part of your writing? And then also, how do you do that? Like, I know it's obviously just another aspect of your brain and all your tabs. Obviously, you're good at that. But, like, how did you kind of develop that as a skill? Because it's really amazing.
With Raven's just an everyday girl with just a better vocabulary, right? She's just an everyday girl with a better vocabulary. So she could be not just relatable, but her anger, all of that is you can relate to that. But I do my best to immerse myself in every chapter that I write as the character, right? So Jonas, like, people are like, oh, she uses so many commas, she doesn't know what a period is. That's ADD for you. That is how ADD works. It is a run-on sentence all the time. You don't know when to stop. That's why he'll be like, I'll have to Google that later if I remember. You know, like you hear his inner thoughts and his inner monologue when he's like, you know, going a mile a minute, but that's because that's what ADD really is. And so I love Joe, that Joe like saw that and was able to portray that so beautifully. Because he like, you know, he was like, this is incredible. But
I think that's part of, that's part of the reason why why we do when we read it, it doesn't trip us up. It makes sense because we're going, okay, yeah, this is a thought. You're not missing the thought process. You're getting the whole thing, the whole story, the whole thought process, everything as it's flowing through his head. And so I think, you know, it could be something that could be really confusing, but the way that you do it is so natural and it's so authentic to a true thought process. It's really,
yeah. So like whenever I would write Jonas, that was like my non medicated day, because I really would have to, like, in order to be able to get into these different characters, like mentally, I would have to be prepared to write them that day, right? Or like say with Queen of Wrath and Vengeance, I remember telling my friend Justin, I'm like, man, I have a Dante chapter today and I don't feel like Dante today. He's like, who do you feel like? And I'll be like, Evander. He's like, write an Evander chapter and then try to you know, immerse into Dante later and then go back and write that chapter. And I'm like, okay. So, but so with like Damon, you know, he's very articulate. He's very,
Calculated.
how do you say it? Like, he is very calculated. Like he is the mastermind behind everything. Like, I don't know why Damon doesn't get enough love. He's literally the mastermind. Without Damon, this would have never happened. Right. And so with him, I remember, yeah, he saw it. He saw the marquee. He was like, yeah,
he knew what was, he's Ruby.
Yeah, exactly.
He's Ruby.
And, hi, Dean.
Hi, Dean.
And so like, I have books on, I got a lot of like psychology books. But then I remember also when I was wanting to be a nurse and I was taking, you know, like the mental health portion of it all, I had my textbooks from that. And so, I was also, you know, like I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books just to be able to write Damon.
That's awesome.
Because I wanted to
And
write
that's the
him.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah, bordering on psychopathic, like because he is a psychopath, like he does have those tendencies, right? But it's like Raven that kind of like pulls him out, because we see him as like someone that's very cold towards other people. Like, I don't know if anyone else noticed that, where he's just like very standoffish and like, I know I'm better than you, kind of, you know. And then there's Maverick, who is, you know, he fights with himself a lot. Like his inner turmoil is, you know, it's almost like he kind of hates himself, right, for having those feelings, for having those thoughts. And so with Maverick, it was a lot of, but the thing is such a poetic heart. He has such a poetic heart and a poetic soul. And so with Maverick, I was able to kind of like really deep down dig for the romantic in me, like the cynical romantic, though, you know, because that's who Maverick is. And so I really had to like immerse myself into this character to really be able to write them. And I get a lot of like negative reviews on, she doesn't know how to use a period or blah, blah, the grammar is terrible. And it's just like, yeah, there's reasons for that, right?
Just read the book. Yeah. Calm down.
Well, some people just look at that like face value and they think, oh, everyone can Google, so they think they can be an expert on everything nowadays. And like going back to Maverick real quick, it's because he's the beast, right? He always like portrays himself as the beast, like you wrote him. But I love that he's the beast like a bear, but then with Raven, he's that big teddy bear and he just kind of melts for her, wants to take care of her. Like, go ahead. Sorry. I got really excited.
No.
I have to tell you, I took notes. I took little notes because I love how you were able to do the different points of view, like especially when I'm especially thinking of this one part where you put Chase's point of view, which were like, Chase, you mother, and the fact that you did that so flawlessly, because it went back into time to retrace a different sector of obviously Chase's point of view of different events that were happening, where Raven like she wasn't eating. She's going through all this depression and stuff because her and Jonas, she's like, fine, I'm just not going to have any of them, and then showing that point of view and his perspective when we already saw Raven's perspective, like it was just flawless in the transition. Because like you were just saying, a lot of people might comment on stuff. Like I get that comment where it's like, I felt like I already read one portion already, but they don't realize that it's that person's perspective. Like you're seeing their thoughts, how they feel, because the other character thought it was this way, but then you see the other perspective and it's like completely opposite 180. And some people don't get that. And like the way that you do that transition, I'm not gonna lie, I fangirled and I noted and I was like, I gotta look at that because that transition is flawless. Gold.
And she does it over and over and over. I mean, you do it throughout the book over and over and over again. And it's like, I'll even stop myself and go, I just followed all of that and none of it and it all made sense. And I didn't have to stop and go, wait, who's this? And where are they? Never. Like it just flowed like perfect. And it made sense the way you did it. So it really is. It's a very special talent.
Mm-hmm. When I wrote Chase's chapter, I actually wrote it 3 times. So I wrote it in Raven's perspective. I wrote it in Jonas's perspective, and neither of them hit the way that I wanted it to. So I wrote his murder 3 different times, right? Essentially, like it was always going to be the thing that happens, right? But I wrote it in Raven's perspective, and I'm like, it's not strong. Like it doesn't have that wow factor. This is literally every other book, and then I wrote it in Jonas's chapter where, it essentially, they just find him in, where he's found. Yeah. And I'm like, that's also not strong. And I said, we always get like the villainous monologue, right? We always get like why I did something or blah, blah, right? But what we don't get is like, as they're being murdered, like we don't get that point of view ever, right? Yeah. We'll get like whoever's doing it, we'll get their point of view, or whoever's watching it happen, we get their point of view, but it is never the victim's point of view. And so I was like, I remember telling Justin's my best friend, by the way. He reads smut with his wife. Like they're the most wonderful couple ever. Like I love them. Yeah. They're a firefighter and a teacher, and they're so cute. Aww. And yeah, they've been together like 20 years, and so they're just perfect. But he was like, he goes, then try it again, right? And so when I wrote it in Chase's perspective, he was like, this is it. He's like, holy shit. He's like, this is going to wow them all. This is going to change the game. And so, I'm like, okay, so then we'll keep this one. And when it's, I started going through more of them, I think like the only victim's point of view that I did not care about myself was Ashley's and Thad's. And then most importantly, Sophia's. Yeah. I think that in her mind, when I wrote her, she was so like, I don't even know like how, maybe detached from reality. I don't even know how to like really, or maybe she just wasn't self-aware enough that I did not want to write that type of perspective whatsoever. Yeah. Right? Like to me, that's just like a really terrible person. Mm-hmm. And I could not find it in me to write her.
Like you don't even want to give her a voice. Like you don't even want to like, I
wanted her to be done one and done, like, but I did want to see her completely ruined. I wanted her to see completely ruined. So she's ruined. And then, right. Because Raven knew that her essential like image to be ruined was what was the thing that actually killed her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because that's all she ever cared about.
Yep.
And that would be, the one thing that would be too much for her and that would take her out. So,
exactly.
So you have a lot of books, you said. So who are your favorite like authors to read? Like, I don't want to put you on the spot, but like who do you like just really enjoy, or who do you like model your writing after?
I really love, so I don't know if you guys know, I'm obsessed with Omega.
Oh, me too. Yes.
I fucking love Omega Verses.
Yes.
Marie McKay is one of my favorites. this next author doesn't write Omega Verses, but I wish she did, but Harley LaRoe. Kay Knight was a huge one. Kay Knight was the entire reason that I was brave enough to write Queen of Wrath and Vengeance as a reverse harem. Just because I think I read Court of Nightmares, and I was already writing Queen of Wrath, and then when I read Court of Nightmares, I was like, I think 7, maybe a little much. I'm like, but I can do 6.
She hits them.
I'm like, she has one for every day of the week. What do you mean?
Girl.
And then the spider thing. Did y'all read the spider thing? Court of Nightmares. There's a with a spider leg, like because the guy can shift into, and he shifts into.
Yes. Yep.
Lady, whatever's wrong with this woman, I love it.
It's not wrong. It's right. It's so wrong.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
right.
I love her. I love her so much. And so such badass FMCs, and I think that was one of the things that I was really wanting to do was I only want to write FMCs that are strong, or go from something happens to them being like changing their entire essentially who they are, right, in order to be able to just get through the day, which I feel like a lot of us can relate to. I think something bad will happen and we all just somehow and it's just to be able to survive.
You had a tumor on your back and you became an author. So there.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, literally, it's you.
It's still in there. That's my buddy. No, I'm kidding.
You got a back buddy, and now you have 9 books.
That's it. No, seriously, yeah. It's I don't think I could ever do like I don't want to say weak, but a dainty FMC. I don't think, I think I've lived too much life to be able to write someone that is very mentally healthy. Because I'm not, but I do my best. And what else can I do?
I mean, who really is anyway? Let's be real.
Yeah, a fragile FMC, or even if she's fragile, she's does her best. Like Sabrina, I feel, was probably one of my most fragile ones. But she's strong.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with being fragile as long as you overcome that. She can start off fragile, I think that's great.
Or something happens and it breaks you, and you got to learn how to survive, like I said. And so, I love Sabrina for that.
Yeah, I do too. So, is there someone you would like to have you thought about writing with someone, a story with a certain author, or someone that you would love to do a story with?
Cedar James would be one.
Oh my gosh, y'all are so different. That would be so funny. Y'all could really Well,
we were thinking of maybe a dark rom-com.
That would be cool.
Because she does the rom-com really well, and I do the dark very well. Because that's just how my brain goes. Who else?
Mia said you want to write with her.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. She's right. I do want to write with her. But she wants to write YA, so I don't know. I like it when my characters,
I don't know about that, Mia. I don't know if Ruby's gonna be able to do that.
What about you and Luna?
Bro, yes. Oh my god.
Dude, I would die.
She wrote something in Painter's Obsession, and I'm like, bitch, and she's like, what? And I'm like, look at this shit. So I literally go and I highlight what I had written, right? And it was so similar, and I'm like,
yeah,
bitch, what? And so I'm like, dude, with our with your unhinged brain and our poetic hearts,
yeah, you guys are a match made in heaven.
Internet.
Yeah, you guys are a match for sure.
So because she does the psycho so beautifully, because that's what she studied in school, right? That's what she went to college for. And I think she either has her bachelor's in it. I think so. Yeah. But I think Luna is phenomenal. Cedar would be great. I need to read more. A lot of these are for decor. I'm literally doing my best to read as much as I can this year. And Deanna, she's one of the people that's like next on my list. I think I have like a few pages left of this Omega verse that I'm reading, and then that I read like 10 seconds of before I like,
Right.
So,
No, I get it. Yeah.
so Deanna's next on my list. And then I think for book club, we're doing Stray by DJ Krimmer. I'm super excited.
Stray is so good.
Really? Yeah, I keep hearing it's like, it's
Are you
so
gonna-
good. Yeah.
Are you going to do the audio? Are you going to do the audio?
both?
Girl.
Both.
Oh my God.
All
The
three,
audio
actually,
is-
because I also have the physical copy. So
That audio is amazing. It's so good.
I believe it. I believe
Sean
it.
and, it's Sean and Maxine, and it's so good. Oh my God, it's so good.
That's incredible.
I love that book so much. Yeah, like towards the end of last year, I got just wiped out with all this amazing audio. Like I got to listen to yours, I got to listen to Stray, and then it was Grimm, and then it was just like bam, 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 bam. And it was just like, okay, my whole year is the last 3 months. I'm sorry, but this is how it is.
Pure bangers. Every
Pure
single one of those.
Bangers. Every single one. Yeah. No misses.
You had a harem of audiobooks.
Girl. Girl. Girl.
All the book boyfriends and girlfriends.
Girl. We don't pick. We don't pick. We don't choose. We don't
No,
do that.
I
over here. We
choose.
just- no.
Choose.
Not here.
Oh shit.
Nope. We don't do that here. So I know pretty much everything you've got coming up as far as events, but maybe everybody else doesn't. So we've got Tempted in May. Is that like your next one?
No, so I actually have Kinkinique.
Oh,
in
you have
April here in
Kinkinique. That's
Dallas.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have Tempted by Fiction in Nashville. June, I have Spicy Reads in California. So if you're in California, come say hi. Then I have Bray in July. That's in Ohio. And I'm thinking of setting up something with D&K while I'm up there. So I need to a few friends. And then in August, I have Book Boyfriend Bash, and that's my birthday weekend. So come say hello. Can give me a birthday hug.
I'm going to be there. We can have birthday hugs. Yay.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. September, I'm free because that's my daughter's birthday month, and that to me is really huge. It's her quinceañera. She's turning 15 this year, so yeah.
Remember next year your daughter's going to high school.
Wow.
Why did she just
Wow.
hit you in the kisser?
Rude. Rude.
She really just said. Anyway, here's your heart. Let me stomp on it.
That's okay. Next year, Ruby, my son's going to be a senior, so I feel your pain.
That's yeah. How old are you, woman? There's no way that you're over 30. There's no way.
Baby girl. Yes, I am over 30. Far over.
Told you she's a vampire. She's hot.
Yeah. In October, I have mine. Well, I also have MSTT, so I'll be going to LA with Joe, and then
Yeah, that's gonna be-
Did
that's
you
gonna
just say
be-
your birthday's in October?
No. My birthday's in August.
Mine's in
Oh.
October.
Sorry. See now. I was like, hold on, because we are all October then.
No,
Yeah, me and
I don't
Dee,
think so.
that was like the first thing me and Dee were like, oh, that's why we're the same person, because we were both born in October. Yeah, that's okay. That makes sense.
Are you the same sign?
Libra?
Yeah, Libra.
Libra.
Yeah, we fell in love pretty quickly. So yeah.
I kidnapped your heart.
I'm
We was this in October too.
Yeah, that's
October
awesome.
21st.
See, we're all kindred. Yeah, and I think me and Dee are going to be. Are you gonna do Kinkinique next year? Because me and Dee are going to be there.
No, I think that's in February. I'll be in Canada next year.
Canada.
Canada and I think London. So I'll be from Canada. I take a flight to London.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Is that for a book event or just?
Mhm.
Okay.
Woo!
And then I'm kind of trying. I think I only have like one signing other than mine here in the U.S. next year. And then in 2028, I think I'll only be doing my event if it happens. So yeah.
Ruby put me in your
DNK
suitcase.
said, "Put me in
Same,
your
girl.
suitcase."
Same.
Yeah. So I'm doing, yeah, there's just so much. And I think in 2028, I want to rest a little bit, just to kind of find the groove thing, you know.
You're planning your rest
2027.
for 2 years from now. That's great. Good job. I'm proud of you.
Well, in 2027, I need to take a vacation, not a vacation, because it's going to be work, because I'm going to be doing research. But I need to go to Ireland because I'm writing a book set in Ireland, and I'm like, how can I write a book set in Ireland when I've never even been there? Like, I need to see the lay of the land. I need to do some Irish men. I need to eat the Irish food. I need to, you know, watch some rugby players do the rugby thing. I need to get all of it, right? It's a project. I have to make sure that I get the ambiance proper. Exactly. I have to get the lay of the land.
You know what, girl? However you make it happen, just do it. Do you and do them. Whatever you got to do to do it, do it.
It's all going to be on my
DNK says
to-do
you lay
list.
that land.
Well, I'm gonna think with my cervix. So
That's amazing.
anyway.
God, I love you. Okay. So yeah, I don't even know where to go from there.
Oh, and then in November I have one more place I'm going to, but they haven't announced me yet, so I can't announce that yet. But yes,
That's fine. We'll allow it.
We'll allow it.
So, if you could be one of your characters, who would you be?
you know what? I would love to be. I don't know, man. That's a hard question. I don't know if I would want to be an FMC. I think I would want to be a dude.
That's
I
what I
think I want to
said.
be Damon. I love Damon.
I know. Well, I mean, it's like that's what I said a while ago. Like, you really, and truly, you are Damon. Like, you have that, like, vision of, like, you see where everything's going before anyone else does. And not just because you're the author, but because you are, like, the architect of the whole story. Like, it's all up here. And I feel like he's that way, too. Like, he knew where this was going from the very beginning, you know, and he made it happen, you know. So I completely 100% think that is the correct answer. Not that there was a wrong answer, but I think I think there's more of you in your MMCs a lot of times than even your FMCs.
Oh, I tell people all the time when people are like, I love JoJo, he's my favorite. I can like, thank you, because I am
Like,
Jonas.
Girl.
I'm like, but that's like, I do get obsessive. Like and maybe that's a red flag, but like when I'm in a relationship, I don't, you know, no one else is like hotter than my man. No one else is funnier than my man. No one else is like, you know, more attractive than my man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my man is it for me. And so, you know, I feel like that's kind of like where Jonas and we both have ADD. Our thought process is kind of the same way as well. And we love hard and we protect harder. And so, you know, I think we stand up for those that, you know, that we need to stand up for. And so that to me is like really huge. Like, you know, Jonas standing up for Raven so many times. And like always reassuring her, like, hey, we're it, right? Like, we're endgame. Yeah, like, I think that's me to a T.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why we love Why Choose, because, you know, we love that they all have their purpose, you know, and everyone puts something into the story, but also supports that main, you know, the FMC in some way. And so, you know, Jonas, yeah, he's your sweet, you know, taking care of and making her feel secure, and then everyone else is, you know, doing all the other heavy lifting.
I mean, he does a little
I mean,
heavy
he does.
lifting,
I mean,
you know?
he does a little, but yeah.
It's impactful.
I'm sorry. I just love your book so much. I have to talk about them. So what would you say out of all of your books is the most difficult scene that you've written, like where you had to like stop and take a break and was like, just like, I can't deal with this?
When Sabrina tells Maxim, you're a stupid, stupid man. Can't you see that it's not that I don't want to love you, it's that I can't love myself, that I hate myself.
Yeah.
Do you notice that there are no mirrors here? It's because I can't look at myself.
It's so
I
real
remember
too,
writing
because that's so true for so many women. Like, that's such a real moment,
Mm-hmm.
And she, I remember writing that. Because a lot of people don't know this, but when I did start writing, I didn't have a laptop, right? And so I was writing on my phone, and I remember I was in bed that night when I was writing that, and I think it was like just a clusterfuck of emotions that I was feeling at the same time. That I essentially just like regurgitated it all. And so when they say like, writing is therapeutic, it's very like cathartic, right? Like sometimes when you're writing this stuff, like you don't realize how much of yourself, of your soul that you're putting into your writing. And I was really scared about writing Sabrina's story because it is so similar to my own. And what happened that night to me. And so I remember writing that, and I threw my phone to the floor because the next day I didn't have to go to work, and got into bed, and I just like crawled under the covers, like even more. I burrowed. I'm not gonna lie. I just like burrowed.
Like a hamster?
And then I cried, and I cried, and I cried, and I fell asleep crying. And the next day I didn't look at my phone because I couldn't, because it was like so many emotions that had like come to the surface that I couldn't deal. And then I cried while I wrote it. I cried while I edited it. I cried while, hearing it again. So it was tough.
Yeah. I mean, and that's that truly is. That's why it's so authentic. That's why so many people identify with it. That's why again, this is my soapbox, but that's why when we say that dark romance is healing, that's exactly what we're talking about. Those moments that you put your soul into a book and you laid yourself out on a page, and that's not easy. But it does so much for so many readers, just having that representation on a page. So, it is therapeutic, exactly. And you should be recognized for that, because it's not an easy thing to do.
Thank you.
And I think everyone who reads this and thinks, oh, well, it's just this or smut or whatever you want to say to downplay what we're reading, you're really disrespecting someone's story, because every single one of those stories comes from a place of truth for someone. And they don't just make this up, and everybody has a story. So, especially most women do. So I think it's like I said, it's to be commended. It's very special, and it's something that shows when you read your books that it is authentic and that it is something that means a lot to you. So
yeah, that I remember Sabrina was such a contrast to write from Raven, right? Because Raven is just, don't look at me, don't talk to me, don't touch me, don't, you know what I mean? And Sabrina has to pretend to be happy all the time, and oh my gosh, and she has to go to these galas, and she has to do charity, and she has to do, and she's the perfect daughter, and the perfect wife, and now, and so writing her inner monologue a lot was like really also cathartic as well, because people would talk to her and like you can be like, but it was such a difference because she's so snarky and she's so goofy, and like compared to Raven, like Raven, we see her opening up from her shell, throughout the series, right? But with Scream, it's kind of like she's snarky from the very get-go. Like she sneaks out to go to a concert, you know, like that is such a teenager thing to do, you know, and she's still true to herself, but now she just keeps herself to herself. And that's what I think, again, is so relatable, is that it takes something happening to you where you're just like, nobody gets to see the best of me. Nobody gets the best of me.
Yep.
I get the best of me.
Well, and not only that, but it's just another form of representation, because you have two completely different FMCs with two completely different stories who still come to the same hard space in their life. No matter what their backstory is, everyone gets to that point at somewhere where you have to go, okay, am I going to allow myself to be happy, no matter what happened or no matter what I've been through, you know? And so this is it. Even though they have completely different stories and completely different lives up to that point, it is still such a thing, a uniting thing that for all women mostly, you know, that point where you go.
One of the biggest messages that I get still, and it's still, you know, it gets to me when I get these type of messages. But I got to live my vengeance through Raven. Got to live my vengeance through, you know, yeah. So it's yeah, that one has been that one hits me,
yeah, every
time, because I'm like, I apologize to people all the time. I'm like, I'm so sorry that you relate to my characters. I'm so sorry that you relate to them. You know, like I apologize that something like this happened to you to where you relate to this character. So I apologize to them all the time, and I'm like, I'm sorry. So
that's the kind of heart you have to put yourself out there the way that you do. So, you know, you really are. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. You're writing, it's your career, you're selling books, all that kind of stuff. But you do this for a reason, and it's very obvious, you know, that it is your heart. It's in your heart, and it is your passion. So, I mean, you're on here all the time, just interacting with people and spreading your wonderful energy to people. And yeah, you're incredible. You really are. And I mean, there was no question to me whenever Dee and I started talking about doing this. I was like, immediately Ruby, like, because your process is so uniquely you. Your books are so uniquely you. Like there really isn't anything out there like you right now.
Thank you. Yeah, people are like, "What's your writing style?" And I'm like, I have no idea what that means.
It's Ruby. It's Ruby. Like
what?
It's just me. Like,
I'm like, I have no idea what that means whatsoever. Hi, Cedar. I love her, by the way.
We were just talking about you.
We were. Yeah, no, people are, what's a writing? And I really, like, that's a huge question. What is a writing style? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Words take you where they want to go.
Yeah. I mean, your writing style is just pouring yourself onto a page. I mean, and that's what it boils down to. You know, your writing style is...
I emotionally vomit all over these pages. I literally, I'll like cut my chest open and let it bleed. So all over my keyboard, and then I'm like, have fun. Anyway, so yeah.
Hope you cry.
Yeah. Like the next one, you guys are gonna hate me, and I'm okay with that. So,
for Snap?
Mm-hmm. For Green.
Oh, for Green. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is that the period one? The 50s one? Okay, yeah. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I am too. Like I said, I'm just excited for anything you do, because I love the way that you write, and I always know that it's going to be interesting, and I'm going to be obsessed from the first page, and I'm not going to get any sleep because I'm going to have to finish it as soon as I start it. So.
She's going to be so fat. She's going to be fat, you guys. Like she's fat. She's thick. 3 C's.
She's thick.
So are we planning, I mean, I'm assuming you're planning to do audio for all of these. Is that in the cards?
That will be probably my only simultaneous release, but it is a simultaneous release. That'll be ebook, print, and audiobook will all come out at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Well, fancy. So you're real excited about this one.
Yeah, I'm super, super, super excited. It is. I think I started going into research 6 months before even starting writing it. So right now it's already been 18 months that I've been fully focused into this book. So yeah, and then I still have a couple more months of it. So total would be 21 months of writing this book.
So is it just a standalone? Yeah.
It is a standalone. It is cut into three parts. So, you know, kind of like Kate Stewart, how she did like part 1 and then she goes and then she does part 2, like all in the same book. It'll be like that. And then the 4th part will be the epilogue. So it'll be a longer than usual epilogue. It's not just going to be like the 3. It's beautiful in a sense of understanding medical treatments back then and how far along we've come, you know, like from then, just women's rights, women's issues, all of it. And the thing too is that like a lot of the stuff, this isn't the female character's story. This is his.
You're going to destroy me, aren't you? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Such a bitch.
Yeah. Because I was like, you know what? This isn't her story. I'm like, this one's his. And so, and you'll see why. And then you'll hate me and you'll love me. And then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Watch her write like the next big thing. Like, you know how we have Pride and Prejudice, Wuthering Heights? She's just gonna smash this one for centuries.
Green by Ruby Darling.
Boom. Mic drop for centuries with this book. It's gonna be 3,300.
Did I make you? Wuthering Heights, Romeo and Juliet, Green by Ruby Darling.
It's gonna be a thank you. Yeah, thank you. It's my daughter just said you guys are gonna make her ink.
Stop, guys! You're gonna make me ink.
You're gonna make me ink. Yeah.
You guys, our safe word is either green or hot cross buns.
Stop. Well, she'll
That was
survive.
D. That was D. That wasn't me. That was D.
Oh shoot! Oh god!
Crossbones.
That's enough. Put your headphones on.
Earmuffs.
Her cackle. Her cackle in the background.
Someone get that girl a recorder so we can play.
Do not get her a recorder. Do not.
You know, that's what I always
Get her a
buy.
piano.
My friends who have little kids, I always buy them recorders.
You
I'm a
do
bitch
not.
like that.
Like the
That is diabolical.
You're a terrible person.
I know.
You're a terrible person.
I know. But you love me.
Me.
I hate going to birthday parties and the little like party favor bags that you leave with have like those little kazoos things.
Yeah, those, you know what I do with those? I pull them out of the bag and I just leave them on the couch while we walk out. They don't go home with me.
Like what did I ever do to you? I brought your kid a present. Why would you do this to me?
Why would you do that to me? Exactly. And that's why you get a recorder next year.
I also no longer do birthday parties at Chuck E. Cheese. We're done.
What happened
I'm not
with
doing
Chuck
that
E.
anymore.
Cheese?
It smells like piss.
Oh yeah, it kind of does.
Fair. Fair.
And a little bit like vomit, but
But we won't go there. Oh, nope. Oh,
are we good?
yeah.
There we
better.
go.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm back.
You were voguing.
Not Vogan.
So yeah, it smells like a frat house. Yeah, Brie, it does.
So true.
It does smell like a frat house.
Well, I have gotten through everything. Dee, do you have anything on your end?
Is there anything that you have like a little ritual or anything like that before you set the mood? Do you have like a specific anything to get you into the writing brain?
Do you know who Ruth is? I think I've introduced her to everybody, but
Oh, there you go. Good job. You did it.
so this is Ruth. And she just looks judgmental. Okay, she just looks very judgmental. And so, but I've noticed that if you light a candle under her, she does not. She looks more holy. She looks more approving, right? And I think it's because the light is going this way instead of downwards. And so, I light a candle, and then I make her watch me. So if the candle's not on, she's judging the fuck out of me, like, and it makes me feel horrible. And so I light the candle,
You.
and so it's Ruth, the candle, and then that's it.
Heck yeah.
She lit.
That's it.
Yeah, she's lit.
I love
she's lit.
that.
Do you have do you outline, or is this everything on tabs in your head?
Oh no! Like my God, it looks like a victim board all over here. Like the only thing that's not like victim me is my calendar, and even then that has like it's full up. Like
So you have straight up murder board like behind you.
yeah, I have a
Okay.
murder. Yeah, so I have like I would show you guys, but then y'all will see the plot line. But plot lines. But there's just arrows everywhere, and you're looking at the arrows, and you're like, shouldn't that be over there? Probably.
I should have known that. I don't know why I even asked.
But that's why we follow the arrows, and and then there's some where if it has like a little what's it called? An arrow pointing down, and that means flip the page up. So that means like when I'm done with the entire plot point from the front page, I have to flip it so that I get to like the back page. And my A team has watched me like do like curate an entire plot line for a book in like this and that, right? And then I'll be like, do you see it? And they're like,
No. But you do, and that's all that matters.
yeah. I'm like, and then I'm like, follow the arrows, and they're like, we don't know what we're looking at, Ruby. And I'm like, that's
You'll get it. You'll get it.
jinx.
That was amazing.
So, and then my music, of course. Like, I also have my creation playlist on Spotify, and that is the music, like the classical music without the words, because if I hear the words, then I end up typing the words, and so that's another thing that is a ritual to me, is my music. And then Deanna can probably do this, but whenever I'm like out of ideas, I either go for a walk or I get into a very, very, very hot shower for a very long time. Yeah, shower for like 40 minutes straight. And there's like 10 minutes of that is like wallowing in like self-pity and a little bit of self-hate. And then you're just like, okay, so now how can I use that and make it into something grand, right? So yeah.
Does anything ever come to you about like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, and I hate that. I hate
Right?
that.
It's such a
Yeah. Because then I'm like, and I still do it. Maybe it's out of habit, but I'll pull my phone out and I'll type it all up in my notes app, and I will go and I will go and I will go. And then, I'll go and I won't care about like autocorrect or anything like that, right? I'll just keep going until finally I'm at the end of it. And then I'll go back and I'm like, okay, yeah. And then that's when I'll fix like whatever I fucked up. But that's, when those thoughts come to me, I have to get it down. Otherwise, or I'll do a voice note.
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah, I'll do a voice note. Like I just had an idea for a book that I have in 2028, and I was like, hey, I don't know where to put this. So, I essentially sent a voice note, and I was like, this is what I have. This is just an idea that came to me. I think I was doing my makeup before this, and I'm like, so yeah. And then,
Yeah.
I love
Dee loves a good voice note. She'll send you a
and I love
Honey,
that.
don't you call my ass out right now.
I love voice notes. Are you kidding me?
Dee sent me a voice note one time where she started talking to me, and then her dog started doing something, and she set her phone down, and I listened to her talk to her dog for like 10 minutes. Because I kept thinking she was going to come back, and she never came back.
Oh
I
no!
forgot to hang up. Wasn't
I was
he
like,
like
okay,
choking?
love you,
Or
bye.
he puked?
Yeah, the dog puked. Yeah, I
Yeah,
wasn't
he
gonna say
puked.
that, but you did.
Yeah. Yeah, people get my voice notes a lot, and I'm just like, or I just call them. I'm just like, hey, I want to run this by you, because this is just my thought process right now. And then they're like, yeah, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then I'll write it down, and I'm always happy that I write it down, because then like 20 minutes later, I totally forget what the entire conversation was about, and I'll come back to my desk, and I'm like, that's right. So
But
That's
isn't
what
that just like a total like girl, mom, like working woman thing? Like that's the only time your brain like just stops enough to where like an idea can come through.
No, seriously. The other day, I had ordered food, right? And then I came back and I was like, guys, to like my 18, because we had been on the phone, and I completely forgot that we were on the phone. But I went to go eat, and I'm like, you guys, I'm like, I ate food and it was still hot. It was still hot. And they're like, how did you manage that? And I'm like, I don't fucking know.
That's so true.
I didn't have to reheat nothing.
The stars aligned. Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
I get it. But that's the thing, is like that's what I'm saying. Like you lay down in bed, your head's finally on the pillow, everything is done, and you're about to fall asleep, and you go, oh, I know what I want to ask Ruby. And then I get my phone out and I start talking to my phone. I mean, like literally, because you just all day long you sit there and you go, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to do? And then I'll just go, I don't know. We'll just wing it. And then, it's 3:00 in the morning, like you said, and you're like, oh, I know. Yeah. So,
Sounds yummy.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's kind of like chips and cheese.
Nachos.
D, that's called nachos. We just called nachos.
I'm gonna say it a bajillion times so you guys come up here and beat me.
So I know one thing I was going to ask you. I want you to do like a true Hispanic Mexican FMC with full on culture and everything. I would love to see you do that. I think you would freaking rock it.
Yes, that's actually coming up.
Okay, good. I got my wish.
So yeah, and it is. Yeah, I think you'll love her. And she also has the most Hispanic, because I was actually telling someone this story the other day. In middle school, I had a friend named Xochitl, and then she's like me, because I'm half Mexican, half white.
Me too.
Her name is Xochitl, and her last name was Johnson.
Yes. Say no more.
So my FMC's name is going to be Xochitl, but no one's going to know how to pronounce it. So she's like, you can just call me Xochi, that's, cause it's the most Aztecian type of writing of a name.
I
And
love
it is
it.
so beautiful. You
I
hardly
love it.
ever get to see an X and an O with a CHTITL.
Yeah.
It's almost like, Swarsha. When people say Swarsha and they spell it.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Yeah.
I've been wanting you to do this so bad because I know that you can. I know how accurate and amazing it would be, and I think that's something that we don't have a lot of, especially in dark romance. Is that kind of Latin perspective? So I would love to see that.
Oh yeah, and she comes claws out because she's a single mom. Yes. Yeah. So
I'm excited.
yeah, she's something else. So I love her so much, and I know you guys are like, who's your favorite FMC? And I'm like, you guys haven't met them yet. You haven't met them yet. But then it also changes because it's like, well, I have this other one, and she's great, and so yeah, I think
That makes sense.
hopefully I just keep you guys entertained and keep you here along for the journey and the ride, and yeah,
You stuck with me, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that.
Stuck like glue. Stuck like hot cross buns. I'm sorry. I had to.
I got
I'm
those
sorry.
lessons 26 years ago. What do you mean I can still do? Yeah, no.
Stuck like sticky buns.
How How crossbuns?
And
How
green.
crossbuns?
I'm always going to call it green. No matter whatever the title is, I don't care. It's going to be green to me.
I don't know what you're referring to. Unless there's something new on the palette that I'm working on, and I'm like, who told
You
you
can't-
that?
You can't recycle green. You have to use a different color.
No, it's funny because I have one coming up. It's called, and we're calling it Emerald because we're still talking about green. So we're like, well, shit, you know. And that one's the one that I'm writing that's like set in Ireland, so it's like the Emerald Isle, right? So Emerald. But yeah, so that's.
I love it. I love you. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you so much
Thank
for having
you.
me.
I want everyone to know about you.
Yes.
So that's all.
We freaking love you.
That's my goal.
I know I say this a lot, but it feels like an award every time that someone compliments Speak and Stutter or Scream or any of my books. It always feels like such an award. So thank you. Thank you for having me here. Thank you for wanting to talk to me. Thank you for reading my books and just thank you with all of my heart. Thank you so much. Thank you for having
Well,
me.
thank you
for
again.
existing.
You always put your heart out on the page and it shows. So I think that's what draws people in more than anything is your authenticity and your heart. So I love you.
I love you too.
Thank
for
you so
having me.
much. Thank you for doing this and have a good night. I love you, Dee.
Yeah, I love
Bye,
you,
everybody.
ladies.
Thanks
Take
for
care.
watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.